G'day and welcome to Galley Chats. I'm Dean Harrison, your chef and host. This is a place where not only the food is cooked, but where the crew drop in, the conversations just roll. It's the heart of the boat and everyone's got a story, so grab a bite and let's get into it. Welcoming, no introduction needed, really. We've got Blair here.
What's going on?
Yacht videographer, man of many talents, which we're actually going to talk about now. So I think the first thing, I haven't seen Blair since, I think you left Loon, right?
I don't think, I think literally since, was it February last year? That's crazy.
So I think first things first, let's just start off, because I don't think I've even asked you this. I know where you're from, but I haven't really dived into like where you grew up and what that was like. And so kind of going back to where you're from and what that was like kind of growing up, where you lived, and kind of describe
where it all started.
Yeah, where it all started, basically.
Yeah, for sure. I grew up in a little town in South Africa on the east coast called Durban. Little beach town. Really cool place. I love it. It catches shade all the time. People
For
always just being a little quiet town.
Ah, okay.
I love it though. Grew up there, had a really good group of mates growing up, and just got to live in the ocean all the time. It was really cool. And got into videography and photography kind of by mistake, like completely by mistake. I ended up filming something for my sister. Like she was doing like a dance or something, and I was like filming it for the first time, just holding like, I think it was on an iPhone or something. In my hand.
How old were you?
Probably about 14.
Okay.
14, I'd say.
Pretty young.
Yeah, and I was just like, video turned out semi-decent, and that kind of got things ticking, and then she kept asking me to film things for her. She was a big creative, and it just started snowballing, and eventually I sold, I used to have cows at the time, like actual, like moo.
Real cows.
I sold 3 of my cows to buy my first camera. True story.
Bro, you sound like the Beanstalk guy. What's his name? Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yeah, went up to the market.
No way.
Literally. Sold 3 of my cows and bought my first camera. It was a Canon 77D.
No way.
Yeah.
That was 3 cows worth. It was 1 camera.
3 cows, man. Yeah. No, I didn't use it all on the camera.
What else? They weren't your favorite cows, were they?
I love those cows, man.
You miss them.
So I do miss them. I want to buy them back. I know where they are.
But you got like lots of animals and stuff, right?
Loads.
You got goats and.
Got goats, and my dad's got a little small holding near the beach, so we got some space and got little miniature goats and stuff.
That sounds awesome though. Like, I've always wanted a goat.
You should get one.
Yeah, worth it.
I now have 3 miniature goats.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I've looked into this. I almost bought a goat when I was a little bit drunk in Australia, and me and 3 mates thought it'd be a great idea to look for a miniature goat. We found one.
Yeah.
But we weren't sure if it was actually a miniature or just a baby goat.
Ooh.
So how do you even tell?
No, it's hit or miss. You got to have a good breeder. You got to know who it's coming from.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, you got no idea.
I had no idea. So then, okay, so you're filming for your sister, and then what happened after that? 14, 15?
14, 15, bought like a decent camera, and then I got into real estate photography and videography through my mom, who was doing real estate at the time. Started shooting houses for her, and it just became a serious side hustle. Like I was super busy. I had a little like Yamaha 125 scooter, and I just drive around Durban doing all these houses, like doing, doing houses for sale, and just seeing as many as I could do. Like there was so many houses going up for sale, and I was just making such good money for a 15-year-old. It was unbelievable. It gave me so much freedom, and I was like, wow, there's something to this whole videography, photography game. When I was so young. And it just kept on snowballing, and I kept just taking it to different places. I got involved in kite surfing stuff through my mates who are all kite surfers. And then I started traveling a lot through that at like 16, 17. I was doing really cool trips to like Mozambique, filming some of the best kite surfers in the world.
Oh, wicked.
And it just kept on taking off and taking off and taking off and just kept taking me places. And I just kept pushing it and pushing it. And then I had family members in the yachting industry, and I knew I had a way in there, really wanted to work in the ocean. And I thought, if I can make this work in the yachting industry, it's like two of my favorite things altogether. I mean, I come from a family of sailors.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool.
So my mom is a phenomenal world-class sailor, like literally.
Really?
Yeah, world champ sailor.
Jeez.
Her whole side of the family is all sailors, so it's just was in the blood. And yeah, I knew if I could put those two together, I'd be pretty happy.
But how did you, what was, because I have heard the story of how you joined Loon, but was there something before that that you kind of sparked, or you got a job before Loon? Or
I initially got my first handout was from my cousin, who was chief officer of a 55-meter AMOS, and they were in Dubai at the time. And it wasn't like straight just on a plate given to me, but he was like, if you can get a yacht master, you can have the job. It's cool. Yacht master, done and dusted, had enough miles.
Down in Cape Town? Or?
Done in Cape Town, yeah. Got that done, and flew out to Dubai. And then I worked as a deckhand, doing night shift most of the time for a year.
Brutal. If you don't know this, but if you start off as a deckhand, a green deckhand, you're most likely going to be put on night shifts.
Yeah.
Straight, like, out of everyone that's on board.
Yeah,
and
man.
they're brutal.
They're brutal. Oh. Especially in Dubai.
Oh, yeah, it's hot. It's still pretty hot. And
super hot. Like, it's 35 degrees at night sometimes, so it's pretty intense.
So then you did that for a little bit?
Did that for a little bit, and I'd actually met Paul, the ex-captain of Loon. I'd met him on the beach back home while I was kite surfing the day after I took that first job.
Oh.
So I'd been in contact with him for a year. And he'd offered it to me a couple times throughout the year. I said no. I'm sticking with my cousin. I got to do a year with him, stick it out. Did my year to the day on that boat, and was off to Loon.
No way. Straight after, basically.
Yeah, straight from that boat. I went home to the visa, and then flew straight to Loon, and then joined the 55-meter Loon. That's when things got interesting.
Oh yeah. I mean, lots to talk about there. I mean, what a crazy journey, because you started on the 56, right?
Was on it 55?
55, sorry.
Yeah.
I did one charter on there as well before we went to the new Loon, but
yeah, that's where I met you.
Yeah, that's where we met. Yeah, I did one charter, and then that was proved myself, I guess, and got hired after that. But so you were on there for how long before? Or how long were you with the Loon program? Like,
I think it was just under 2 years.
Yeah.
Somewhere there. I did 6 months on that boat. It was basically like a season. 6 months on the 55 before it was sold, and then we got the new one. Is that correct? I think that's right. It's all a bit of a blur.
Close enough. Yeah. It's
something like that.
Yeah, busy boat, as everyone knows, and it was dates get a little bit blurry as well. But
yeah.
So you did that, and then, I mean, bit of a shock to everyone that you left. But I mean, if you want to say anything about it, but if not, I mean,
yeah,
you were on there for a long time, so.
I mean, it's a question I get asked all the time. Everyone still asks me, what happened? Why did you leave? And it wasn't one specific thing. It was a lead up of events. And it was just, oh man, like, there's so many things that are.
It's complicated.
It's complicated what I can and can't say, but I wasn't being treated the way I would like to have been treated.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy with that, and my hours were just obscene, completely obscene, and I just wasn't getting treated the way I wanted to be treated, and sadly I pulled the plug on it, and then it all went a bit pear-shaped after that.
I mean, it happens. Like every time that we would get days off, or the full-time crew would get days off, Blair would always be working. Like he's got the Sunday uploads, he's got the all the editing and everything else and organizing and stuff. So every time that we would like go and do fun stuff, Blair would be up there in the in the bridge doing something, always communicating with people. And so, and I always said, know your worth, and people appreciate you for who you are. So, which brings me on to the next question. I actually haven't really had a good chat to you about what's happened afterward.
No.
You were on holidays, I swear, for like 3 years. I saw you all over the place just kite surfing.
I took some serious time off.
Yeah.
Which was very needed after everything that happened. And I just took time for myself. I think I took like 7-8 months off, maybe even longer.
Maybe not 3 years.
No, I took like 8 months off before I even thought about working. Just time to myself, connecting with friends again that are in similar circles. Did some really good traveling.
Kite surfing everywhere.
Kite surfing, still doing some videography stuff.
Yeah, a lot of filming. I saw you.
A lot of filming, but no yachting work.
No yachting.
So that was that.
Full reset.
Yeah, full reset, and then it was good to go. Super
Nice.
important to look after yourself.
Yeah, were you on other boats as well after that? After that little time off?
Yeah, so I took that time off, and then I think the first boat I stepped onto, I think it would have been South, 55 Heeson, with some old Loon crew, which is...
Who was on there?
Gabby and Trist.
Yeah.
Trist got me on. Thank you, Trist. Yeah, Trist got me on, and then the captain was Jason, who was the captain of what is now Lady Bear.
That's right, yeah.
So,
good guy.
Legend crew. So happy to be on there with them.
Sick.
Did some time with them. Oh, and Liam. How can I forget Liam? Liam Osborne, who also worked on Lady Bear, which was Loon. So there's a whole bunch of old Loon crew there.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's just good to see everyone. And then from there, I think went home for a bit, went back to them. I did recently did a videography charter on Shericon.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, beautiful big old converted icebreaker. Like so cool.
It's an interesting boat.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting and different setup. Like very cool to see. But I was contacted by an old crew member who the captain reached out to. He wasn't available to do the shoot, and he passed it on to me. And then spent a week with them in the BVRs, just doing guest videography stuff.
Just guest
stuff.
So you're purely flown in to do guest trips.
Yeah. That's all.
No, obviously no deck. There's a big question everyone's been asking. No deck stuff anymore, really.
At the moment, yes. The moment I am working on deck.
Oh, there you go. I was wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to mix it up maybe a little bit.
No, for sure. But that's my main goal. My main bread and butter is doing jobs like that. It's just a no-brainer. You fly in for the week. You invoice what you want to invoice. It's all in your court. And then you fly out. But then I was approached by home, or I don't know, maybe I approached them, I can't, it was vice versa. But basically they offered to get me on for the season now in the Med for charters. And I was like, oh, I don't know about that, working on deck again.
That's a big commitment, yeah.
A big commitment, doing all their guest videography stuff. And I was like, oh, I don't know. But super nice crew, good people, and obviously good charters. So I was like, why not, And on top of that, they let me go off and do work for other boats still.
Sweet.
So
that's pretty good.
It's a no-brainer.
How does that work though? Is it like just in between charters?
In between charters, yeah.
That's nice.
So, I mean, it'd be stupid not to.
Yeah, a little silly not to.
Yeah.
So, in your like ideal world, if it wasn't for money or whatever, like what would you be doing?
I would definitely say, or I'm not going to speak about that one. That idea is for later.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got some good things cooking.
Nice.
Some real good things.
Okay, maybe next time.
Yeah.
Same camera.
No, you'll hear about that. But in the short term, right now, if I could just be cruising around, just doing videography stuff, guest stuff. I love making guest videos. It's one of my favorite things. Like, it's such an intimate thing that you get to experience and be with guests the whole time. I really enjoy that.
Nice.
But that's not the end goal.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think, I dabble in it, and I'm not as good as these guys and, all the other guys that I've worked with. My primary, thing is cooking and being a chef. And I've always appreciated what you guys do, but I see people, is their bread and butter working their way towards their passion project. Like, I always see that. It's like, okay, sure, we love making videos and guess that's the bread and butter, but if you didn't have to get paid, you'd be doing probably something else.
100%.
But there's still a love for that kind of stuff.
For sure.
So did you do any kind of education or training for your like videography and stuff?
I
You, like self-taught.
I didn't even finish high school.
Me either.
Which is...
And here we are.
Yeah, and here we are.
We're doing okay.
Oh man, that's so good. But no, didn't even finish high school, man. I convinced my parents to let me finish online. I knew I would never.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
Didn't even log in.
Didn't even log in. But convinced them to let me drop out of high school in my 11th grade. And shout out to my parents, man. Thank you for letting me do that. It worked out so well. Yeah, they really backed me, and just taught myself everything off YouTube.
No way.
A massive, massive YouTube fan. I still am. I love the platform.
Great
I think
resource.
It's incredible. Like, there's so much there. And I just have a big passion for it, and it's taught me so much, and it's got me to where I am. I mean, probably watching this on YouTube right now, so.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
It's unreal.
No, it is. I just started getting into it, and like, I've tried a few times, and I don't like being on camera, and that's been my problem every time. The second problem is, like, I'm a chef, and usually we're pretty busy on the yachts. Like, my priority is looking after the guests, but, finally I've just like, stuff it. I'm going to pick up the camera and just try to film as much as I can. And now I actually have an editor, which is the only way I can do it, because it's impossible.
There's no ways.
As you found out on Loon, the amount of stuff you're doing, like, you needed help in some way, even though you were doing it at the beginning.
For sure.
I think did you do it the whole time?
No, by the end of it, and that's also where stuff started to get so blurry, because it's like, it's your name on other people's editing, and
It wasn't something that you felt.
It's not true to yourself, and I didn't like that. But at the end of it, we had a team, like a whole team of editors, and it still wasn't enough.
That's crazy.
It still wasn't enough. There was just so much.
That's how deep it can get, because people saw these, like, so much social, videos getting put up and over different platforms and stuff. And it's like, it takes a lot of effort to do that. It's like...
For sure,
it's
for
insane.
sure. And it was one-man armying the whole thing. Like,
yeah, from the beginning.
Crazy.
Burning out.
Yeah.
So then, self-taught, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And then the gear. So people really want to know about the basic gear. If they were to do a job like yours, come on and do a guest trip, what's the bare minimum that you would suggest? Because I'm sure you've thought about it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll go a bit broad range. I won't go super into detail, because it doesn't matter exactly what model of what camera. It's not that specific. It's like, you need a drone, you need a GoPro or something similar, like an underwater camera, something that's waterproof. And if you've got the budget, get a camera, a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, like a nice Sony or something. Those three things, you're good to go. That's literally all you need. You don't need the most high-end stuff. I mean, I definitely thought I did in the beginning, but your mind changes so much as you go on over the years. But those three things, if you can get a decent drone, like GoPros are pretty simple these days, like $400, $500 for a GoPro. That's incredible. And then just like a little nice point and shoot camera. You're so good to go.
Good to go.
But yeah, that's kind of my go-to. I mean, I say that, I've probably got about
yet.
Yeah, I've probably got about 20 grand's worth of stuff on the boat.
Yeah, we're just talking about all these different cameras and
Man.
POV 360s. You could go forever, but
Yeah,
that's
it's all niche.
yeah,
Super
that's
niche.
and keep it light and compact and what kind of software are you editing on? Like,
I'm currently editing on Premiere Pro, the whole Adobe suite still. Recently downloaded DaVinci Resolve Studio. So that's the best for color, color correction for sure. But my main workload is all throughout Premiere Pro for video editing and the whole Adobe suite.
and anything else like other like I use like Frame.io to upload things and I don't know, music and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Frame.io for sure is like a plugin for Premiere Pro. Lets you upload stuff to like remote editors.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah, it's cool.
What else? Gyroflow for stabilization stuff for drone shots. That's really, really good. I think I use Artlist or Epidemic Sound for my music. They're pretty good.
Nice.
But yeah,
That's pretty much it.
pretty much it. I know I'm forgetting a lot.
Yeah.
It's like,
What do I use? I think just going back to I didn't realize you were doing deck and videography, but people wondering, like, you will usually, if you start filming guest trips, you're going to start as a deckhand probably. A deckhand video. How do you juggle those two roles? Like, is it just chatting to the captain and just, you know?
Yeah. It's kind of, you need to know what is expected of you. Are they expecting like, you know, a 20-minute long, incredible movie quality guest video at the end? Or is it just like a point and shoot GoPro video that's like 10 minutes long at the end? Establish what is needed, what's expected of you, and then you can like ask for how much time you're going to need. You know, is it 50-50 deck videography work? What is it going to be? For myself personally, I'll always try and, now with this boat, it's the first time I've been doing this in a long time. I've been taking the late shift, so I'll be waking up late during the day. So I'll send the boys out if they do something in the morning with the GoPro and just film the guests, and then I'll do the rest of the day with the guests, filming them, and like an edit at night. So it's a good ratio of that. I wouldn't even know what percentage it is. Feels
Well,
like
off charter, it's different to on charters.
yeah, off charter. There's not much, to be honest. But I'm not really here for off charter. So
Yeah. They're not doing like socials or anything. A little bit.
no, they've actually got someone else doing socials, which is cool. Someone else doing socials, and yeah, I'm pretty chilled off charter.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And do you like storyboard that stuff, like when you're doing kind of shoots, so the Shere Khan shoot, or you're just going for kind of whatever's going to happen, like run and gun?
So I'll get the itinerary for the week.
Yeah.
Always get the itinerary, and I just so happen to know that area really well in the BVRs. But if it was somewhere that I didn't know, I would research it, see like exactly where we're anchoring. You can kind of see if there's anything cool around, maybe a cool hike, and just try and get as much variation in the video as possible. But yeah, definitely get that written down in some way or form, if it's just on a piece of paper or something.
Bit of a rough idea.
Yeah.
I mean, charter guests will obviously go off and do whatever they want, but
Exactly.
that is kind of cool to know your locations and if there's any cool shoots, locations around.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you were the very first, I think, full-time videographer on board a yacht. So I think that's kind of cool. Like, were you, or am I just making that up?
I've thought about it. I don't know, because I'm sure that there's some private boat out there.
You think so?
Must be.
Must.
If you are a full-time videographer on a yacht, please let us know.
Reach out.
I think it's so interesting.
Yeah.
But I think on a charter yacht for sure. I think guaranteed. I haven't ever heard of a full-time videographer on a charter yacht. But at the same time, there could be like one of those big 130, 140 meters.
Heaps of cabins.
Heaps of cabins.
And they can't talk about it.
No,
because it's private.
they're not going to post that. You wouldn't know.
NDAs. That's true.
It's hard to say. A lot of people have thrown it out there and said that I was the first. I think it's very possible, but
It's hard to say.
it's
Okay.
very hard to say. I don't want to claim it.
Sorry, I just made that up.
No.
I thought it was, but
Thanks, dude.
but I want to talk about how, I mean, one of the reasons why I brought you here is how important it is for to have someone like you on board, or to have someone creating these memories for the guests. Like, I see their faces light up when they see your videos, like, and how much it brings them joy. And they look at their videos when they're gone and want to come back to charter the boat. And like, for me, I'll be like, whatever it takes for you to get away to film and to make anything happen, I'll help you if I can. But just talking about how important it is for the charter guests to get a video like this at the end of the trip.
Man, it's unreal. Like, there's very few things, in my personal opinion, that you can give a guest that will get that same reaction. Like, we've literally had entire families sitting crying together watching the final video on the last night of charter. Everyone's in tears. Like, it's unreal. It's such a special thing. I mean, just staying a week on a yacht and having your every need tended to, plus moving every single day to a different location. You wake up, you tend to forget so much of it in the eyes of a guest. They forget so much because they're just constantly doing something. And to be able to wrap that all up in a beautifully presented video is just massive. And like, it's something they keep forever. And they send to all their mates, and it's great marketing for the boat.
100%.
You know, like, it's incredible. So everyone wins, and it's not a big, it's a lot of work, but it's not something that's unachievable to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of value in it, and for someone that can buy anything they want in the world, that's something they cannot buy, is like a memory like that you create. So I think it is super important for captains to consider having someone like you on board.
For sure.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Besides, a lot of people want to do what you've done and follow in your footsteps. So finally, what kind of advice would you give someone that wants to do what you've done?
Man,
doing.
It's so hard because I feel like I've just taken such a weird path to get here. It's so hard to give advice, but I would say, man, just stay true to who you are. Like, don't try and, it's just what I do. I'm not trying to be anyone else. You know, I'm not trying to, like Jared, I'm not trying to do what Jared's probably the best in the industry right now. He's killing it, Jared Watney. I'm not trying to be Jared. I'm not trying to be anyone else. I'm just trying to be myself. And yeah, if you can you got to find a way in somehow. You know, if it's working as a deckhand for a year, you know, just make your way in and just see what you can do. You got to hustle and just make it happen, really.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Well, thank you very much for dropping by and having a drink with me.
Thanks, Steve.
Good to see you.
Yeah, so good to see you again.
Yeah, till next time. I want to hear about what you've got planned. I'm sure I'm going to see it. Sounds like
for sure.
Sounds like a good.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
All right. Thanks, bro. Appreciate
it. Cheers, brother.
Cheers. That's it for this week's episode. Thanks for dropping by the galley for a chat. We'll see you later, and take care.